Ether Insurance is dedicated to helping the businesses and people of Baton Rouge secure affordable insurance tailored to their needs. With our curated network of insurance carriers, we provide the best solutions for home, auto, life, and business coverage. Ether Insurance, powering and protecting your world.
2020 took a toll on all of us.
If you're going through a divorce or custody issue, let Dejan Law Office be by your side in 2021.
Dejan Law Office, fighting for what you deserve. 344-ANDY.
Brandon Lejean here, courtesy Buick GMC.
Call Brandon Lejean at 337-224-1867.
Come see us today, courtesy Buick GMC.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go! One team!
Relax, big boy.
Team One Podcast.
One Team One Podcast. Yeah, they did a good job. Mm-hmm. Really good job. Yeah. Why is he so fat?
One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast.
One team!
Here we are! All right! One Team, One Podcast. Pew, 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 pew. We have a lot to talk about today, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to cut that music short. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Hopefully YouTube didn't see that.
No, it's the Mexican hat dance. You think they're going to cut me off for the Mexican hat dance?
I don't know. Somebody owns it.
I don't know. Mexico? Does Mexico own that?
Probably.
Somebody owns it.
Hey, who are the top 3 Mexicans of all time? Go.
Oh,
Number 1, Chevy Chase.
Wait, what?
Obviously. 3 Amigos.
Oh, well, there you go. About to say, what?
Number 2, probably Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Benny the Jet is a good one.
Easy number 2.
Is there a soccer player we're missing here?
No.
There's no good Mexican soccer players?
Never heard of a good Mexican soccer player. Oh, no. What was that goalie's name?
I don't know.
The big fro. You don't remember that
No,
guy?
I don't
He
know.
was a beast. I don't remember his name though.
Pablo Escobar wasn't from Mexico.
He wasn't?
No, he was like Nicaragua, I think.
It's the same thing.
I don't know. So, all right. A lot to talk about today, guys. We actually had a lot to talk about before the day started, but so now it's kind of all ramped up. We had gotten wind earlier today through saucy, that TJ Finley was going to transfer out. I'm trying not to be the breaking news guy, but people fucking just text me things, okay? And I'm sorry.
People want to know.
Yes. All right, so here's the deal.
Moscona.
I texted out about Paul Mainieri retiring, okay? And I actually heard this right after the Kim Mulkey stuff, that Paul Mainieri is going to be retiring at the end of the year. So I texted it out, and I try not to make it so douchey, like breaking sources, and I guess it did say sources on it, whatever. But I try not to do that.
Multiple sources.
Did it say?
It said multiple. Mm-hmm.
I really try not to do it that way. And of course, Moscona, I think Moscona knows what he's doing when he does things, just to let you guys know.
Right.
So he says something about dopey faced podcast guy is announcing things that everybody knows already, but out of respect for Paul Mainieri, we weren't going to do it. So basically what that means to you, the regular guy who doesn't know what's going on, I'm not going to tell you the information that I know, because I would rather get my lunches free at LSU on press briefings.
Right.
That's what that means. So I will tweet that stuff out when I get a text message.
Right.
And there's certain people that when I get text messages from, I know it's like completely accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it is. You'd have to know who these people are to know it.
Right.
And you would say the same thing if you knew who those people are. And I'm not going to tell you who their name is, for crying out loud. People, I'll say stuff like that, and they're like, "Name your source." Are you serious, bro? I'm not going to tell you who's texting me this stuff.
Every time someone has said, "Name
dumb.
your source," like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I
so
said
stupid.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
So, all right. So that happened, and then Moscona's all butthurt, and so now the TJ Finley stuff happened, and I try not to like say the name, and obviously it was correct again. And I think what we have to talk about now is the quarterback room.
Right.
And what it looks like now. I mean, I was talking to Jay Boy today. He's saying that he thinks there could be another one, but maybe down the line. And I agree with him. And the only one that it makes sense to anybody that can kind of figure this out is if Max Johnson wins the job, you got Miles Brennan that's probably going to leave, right? And if that happens, you're going to have two quarterbacks in the room, just scholarship quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
I think that's
them
your problem.
and McKernan.
No, he's gone.
McKernan's gone?
Yeah, he left football altogether. So
really?
You don't have another scholarship player. It would be a walk-on. I just don't know who the walk-on class is, but anyway, it's a light room.
Sure.
If that happens,
and when your starting quarterback's a runner.
Yeah,
it's just dangerous.
I thank God for Garrett Nussmeier to me.
Sure.
But somebody posed this question to me at a work thing today. We were talking about this, but they said, "Do you feel like you would just start Miles for the first game then?"
You know, the closer we get, the more I'm thinking that it's going to end up being Miles Brennan. Not based on my opinion at all, like of who should be the.
Well, hypothetically, then,
right?
If Max beats Miles Brennan out,
what
should happen?
Miles has to leave. If he has any interest in playing football in the NFL, he has to leave.
But for LSU's purposes, should they start Miles Brennan the first game, even though Max has won the job?
Man, that is just such a dick move, though.
It is, but at the same time, you do have to manage the roster.
Man, I'll tell you, if it was me, I couldn't do that to Miles. But
I agree.
I
agree with that.
Maybe Coach O's got more stones. I'm sure Coach O has more stones than I do. So
I agree with that.
maybe he would do it.
I think we were going into the season saying we have the best quarterback room in the country, and then you go into the starting season and say you only have 2 of the 4 quarterbacks that you were going to have. That's a problem.
Oh, for sure.
And you have to manage that problem.
You need to have at least. I mean, look at what happened last year. We started 3 quarterbacks over the season. You have to have at least 3.
Right.
And I mean, granted, Max came in because we would just wanted to try something else out. TJ wasn't hurt or anything, but I mean, what if TJ did get hurt? You know, and then Max Johnson wasn't there. You know.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, the closer we get, the more I'm just thinking like Miles is just going to end up being the starter, and maybe he struggles early on, and then Max comes in later in the season. But I think I'm just thinking that Miles is going to be a starter. 1, based on seniority bias, and 2, based on exactly what we're talking about. The coaches aren't going to want to only have 2 quarterbacks in that room, and the only way to avoid that is to start Miles.
I think he's starting either way now. I don't think you'll ever know. I think he's going to start either way.
And you know what? It's okay. I mean, obviously I would prefer to start the better quarterback.
Right.
But I think if Miles is a starter, I still think he's going to do just fine.
I agree.
I do because I think they're both very good quarterbacks.
Yeah, I do too. I think Miles will. I just think that for depth purposes, you have to do this now. Like there's no way around it now.
Right. The good news is that they are actually very close.
Yeah.
It's in my opinion, at least.
Right.
I do think. I mean,
I
we
heard,
all pretty much agree that Max is a hair better.
I don't remember who told me that, but somebody told me that Miles was pissed that he didn't
I remember you saying that.
He was very, very upset. So the attitude and the emotion that you saw whenever they scored touchdowns and stuff like that, apparently that was like because I don't know if he was doing a gritty to Coach O's face or what he was doing. Did he do a throat slash at some point?
Yeah, he looked over at the
He was like looking at Coach O like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Well, Coach O stands behind the quarterback.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, it would have been
it would have
been to Jake Peets, I guess.
Peets. We're efforting to get Jake Peets on the podcast, by the way.
Peets guy and his kids.
We're gonna get all 6 of his kids here too. They can go fishing in the back on the lake or whatever while we do the podcast. Something like that.
Y'all go jump in the river.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever kids do. Yeah, I want him to come on and just like drop a ton of dad jokes.
Oh yeah,
that would be great.
I heard a ton of Mexican dad jokes today.
Oof.
I know, it's rough.
I don't know if we want to hear those.
I don't know either. It was rough. It was a lot of south of the border jokes. All right, so that happened today. Just right before. All right, if anybody's, I crack up every time I'm thinking about this now. If anybody knows me and has watched this podcast and seen me on Twitter, and there's a Facebook group that we're a part of, it's just the funniest thing. I am the biggest Josh Gray homer in the world for the basketball team. So the 7-foot center that we got last year, I've been yelling at people to like play him more, just a couple of minutes. He's an athletic 7-footer, all this stuff. And even today I posted that, man, I just don't like this at all. Right. That an athletic 7-footer, we're pushing out the door and not trying to develop this guy or whatever. Just to kind of like a simple post or whatever. Right. We get in the room, Jackson here in the room, and I'm looking at our Twitter DMs, and I see there's somebody that said, "Appreciate it, thanks." And I had to like pull it up, and I was like, I don't know who this is.
Who is Big Josh?
It said Big Josh, and I was like, Big Josh? Who's Big Josh?
Right.
And you go, I don't know Big Josh. And so I was like pulling up Big Josh, and I was pulling up what he liked and everything. And sure enough, it was like all the Josh Gray highlights. And I was like, holy shit, Josh Gray just DM'd me?
Well, it was confusing too because he only has like 300 followers.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that? He's a college basketball player.
Yeah, but I don't think he's put himself out there. I don't think anybody knows that who he is.
I guess not. I mean, we didn't know who he was.
So here I am, super fan.
Need to invite Moscona on Dopey Face podcast, guys.
Oh, okay. Somebody's
Landon said that. There was actually, apparently while we were having that discussion, there was a little debate about who should be the starting quarterback. So
on the chat,
the chat is heavy right now.
Okay, so post some of these. Let's go through them. Let's see what's happening.
Here's one.
Baseball candidates. Yes, we haven't talked about that, Garrett. All right, so Paul Mainieri, we've heard that he's definitely retiring at the end of the year, and I think Moscona, with his douchebag ways, has more than just he basically just confirmed it for us because he doesn't want to look. There's some things that we just don't need to talk about. Podcast guy,
right?
And he's just so like, I'm better than everybody else in the world. So that was one of them. Now that he's leaving, yes, candidates that smoke that I've heard, and one of them is even from Moscona's little buddy Ryan Terrio, is Jake Gautreaux, assistant at Mississippi State, played at Tulane. Guess who he was teammates with at Tulane? That was Andy Cannizaro. So they played on the same team together. My thoughts on a Jake Gautreaux hire would be Jake Gautreaux hired as the head coach, Andy Cannizaro as maybe a hitting coach. The whole Andy Cannizaro as head coach is not happening. I'm just here to tell you, not happening. Blake Dean's not happening. Riser at Southeastern. None of those are happening. None of those are I shouldn't say qualified because Cannizaro is qualified, but obviously everybody knows what his problems are. It's the tail.
Yeah. Can't stay away.
Can't stay away. He loves it too much.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
I mean, either.
I mean, it gets to your head. So, but the Blake Dean stuff and the Riser stuff is just, come on. You don't know anything about high college baseball if that's who you're asking about. Blake Dean, just because he was a good hitter at LSU, doesn't just automatically deserve. Hell, I've seen people talking about, well, Ben McDonald would make a great coach.
Oh, come on.
Todd Walker would make a great. What?
Like, based on what?
They have never coached college baseball before.
Right.
I agree. They're great people and they're great baseball players.
Right.
You know,
I just
could they do good? Maybe.
There is kind of isn't there kind of a thing going on in the MLB where like a player will retire and he'll almost just immediately become the manager of the team?
Well,
who is that? Isn't that what happened with the Cubs?
Yeah, Cubs was the catcher for
Ross?
the Cubs. Yeah, Ross.
David Ross.
David Ross. He was the announcer for ESPN for a year, I believe,
and now he just immediately went.
So Major League is completely different than college.
Definitely.
You're coaching, you're developing, you're doing all these things. You're literally just managing lineups and roster cards and
which is a lot of
situational.
Which is a lot of what you do in college baseball too.
But you're also developing and you're recruiting.
Recruiting is the biggest part, in my opinion.
And
I do think any of those guys could come in and develop well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, those are all very knowledgeable. I mean, Ben McDonald, he's a very knowledgeable guy. But I mean, he's never recruited before.
Yeah. And Scott Woodward's never going to hire a guy who's never coached Power 5 college baseball before. Probably not even SEC college baseball.
Right.
He I think the Jake Gautreaux, the candidate, is a reach because this guy's an assistant at Mississippi State right now. He's not a head coach currently. The other hot name that everybody's been talking about is the Louisville Dan McDonnell at Louisville. And he actually just came up with he had a press conference apparently yesterday where they were asking him about, are you excited about a regional at I'll get to those, Devin, because others are good. He was talking about a regional at Louisville. Are you excited about having a regional at Louisville? They haven't opened up his attendance yet.
Yeah.
And he said, no,
Kentucky's just still a little
I'm not excited about it yet.
Uh-huh.
He goes, open up the attendance and I will be excited about it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he's talking about the Kentucky Derby happening right down the street from his campus. Right. And he was like, that's open. Yeah. Like SEC's open. Why aren't we open? That kind of excitement. So that's why I wanted to repost it today. Because like, man, that kind of charge and energy out of a coach.
I saw someone that basically said today, like, giving off big Kim Mulkey energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, Kim Mulkey would love that guy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Devin, great ones. Cliff Godwin at ECU, coached under Mainieri. If that happens, I could see it 100% because I could see Mainieri maybe even naming his replacement. in that case.
Yeah.
I like that one probably. It's got to be a favorite at this point, Cliff Godwin, just because of it's Maneri, showing him some respect. It's a quality coach that's at ECU. It's a huge. I mean, they've grown into almost like a mini powerhouse in the what do you call it? Not
The
Power
American?
5.
Oh, Group of 5.
Group of 5, yes. Gotro without the X, Devin. You got to leave the X off. We talked about that one. I think
Baton
that.
Rouge.
Yeah, I love that hire, but I think that one's a good one with adding with Cannizzaro. I think there's something there with maybe a Gotro and then a Cannizzaro hitting coach partnered. They're Tulane guys going up there together.
Yeah.
And you can't hire Cannizzaro as a head coach, but I think you can hire him as a hitting coach.
You can hire him as a hitting coach and then maybe get him up to head coach after,
one day.
He's been here
I think
for a
he's got to
while.
pay his dues and he's got to do his
Although it's
penance and all that kind of stuff, but I think he'll get there.
Baseball coaches just also aren't fired that often.
Right.
It just takes a while to fire a baseball coach. You got to be.
You got to do something.
You got to be bad
really
for
stupid.
quite a while, right?
Which he did. He did a dumb thing over at Mississippi State.
Or you got to sleep with some co-eds.
Other than that, I haven't heard of a whole lot of different candidates that would have a lot of steam. I mean, I've heard people throw names around, but I think those are the main ones. From what I had heard is Maneri's retiring, and they have a guy pinpointed already. They just wouldn't say who that was. And I don't know if they've talked to this guy yet. I don't know any of that kind of stuff, but that's kind of what I was saying. Seriously, how would you have thought Louisiana Tech is on the verge? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We're about to play Louisiana Tech, aren't
we play them next weekend or next week.
Right.
Midweek games matter. I have a T-shirt over there, so we'll have the
midweek streak is on the line.
It is.
Yeah.
We're undefeated, right?
Undefeated
in the
best
midweek
team in the country.
That's here, right? La Tech.
I have no idea. I think so.
It's got to be here, huh?
I think so.
Yeah. So
I might go to that one.
I think they're
That'd be a big
RPI
game,
20.
actually.
We're like RPI 22, 23, something like that.
I saw we're 25. We're 25 RPI 2 strength of schedule.
Man, I said this from the beginning of the season, and you have me on tape for this. I know you do, but I know people shit on the whole midweek games matter thing and whatever, and it's kind of a funny joke. But this year, midweek games mattered.
No, I remember we were both saying that. Yeah.
Because the SEC was a damn gauntlet.
We knew we were going to get torched.
It was
SEC,
like
right.
the SEC. I could just see it, the writing on the wall. And when we had Ben McDonald on, he was saying the same thing. It was like, man, God, dog, the pitching is just unreal this year because of all these guys either coming back or you got guys coming in. It was just like loaded lineups, right. And we couldn't even hit against Air Force.
Right.
So the writing was on the wall this year. But yeah, hopefully you could squeeze in. You get hot. You got three series that you should win 2 out of 3 on each one of them. Maybe you can win a game against La Tech too. I don't know if that one necessarily matters as much as like maybe
it's not nothing. It's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing
because they're maybe better than any of the rest of the SEC teams we're going to play.
But so you got nine SEC games left. Say you go 6-3, 7-2.
Right.
You need to get to I think a 14 wins in the SEC will get you in. So you have some work. You have to get to 7-2 then. You had 7 wins right now.
7-2, yeah. If you can, there's a lot to ask for, but 8-1 would get you back to 500 in the SEC.
Yeah, I think you got 7 though. I think a 14 games.
You would have to sweep 2 and then.
I don't think there's ever been a 14 game SEC winner that has not made the tournament.
Oh yeah,
and there's been plenty of 13s apparently.
Right, and then we won all our midweek games. So
yeah, they matter.
Their total record's actually going to
matter.
Not too bad.
I'll go on Moscona's show. Matt, I'll have you. You can have me on. That's fine. Just let me know what your schedule's like. What does that say? The pinstripes matter?
Pinstripes matter.
Absolutely, they do.
Pinstripes.
Hey, I saw a post from Ole Miss today. They have a pinstripe problem too, just like us. Definitely.
Do they really?
Yes, they wear these beautiful pinstripes on the midweek only. They don't wear them on the weekend. And somebody was blasting.
What color
them.
are the pinstripe? There's navy.
Yeah, navy, white with navy pinstripes.
Yeah,
They're so beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful uniforms. They don't fucking wear them on the weekend.
Right.
Just ridiculous. Now that it's official, where do y'all think TJ transfers to? I actually heard somebody. I don't know any of the truth on this, but I heard Arkansas was a player in this.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
I don't know anything about it.
That makes some
but
sense.
I think he's good enough to play in the SEC.
I do too. I don't know if he's looking to go FCS because he's transferring pretty late here.
Mm-hmm.
The season starts
What about Tulane?
Maybe
Does that
no,
fit? That didn't fit, right?
Tulane wouldn't make sense because Tulane's actually got a really good quarterback right now. We'll have to have Tulane Billy.
That's
on
true.
to tell us about it.
He was a freshman last year, right?
Mhm,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tulane Billy can tell us everything.
Yeah, he actually like legit was pretty good too.
Yes.
I can't remember his
and
name.
he doesn't fit the
No, he doesn't fit
the offense a little bit.
It's like a triple option,
but like a shotgun.
yeah. Don't get me
It's
started on the Willie Fritz offense, but I don't know. There's plenty of. I think he could stay in state, and just play a season and then go somewhere bigger. Maybe that's. I don't know what his plan is. He could go somewhere D1. Maybe he's just looking to go somewhere D1 and be the starter immediately. But he's still pretty raw.
Yeah.
So I think it would be in his best interest to go somewhere.
I think
a small school where he can just learn.
Well, I mean, think about it
and play a lot of games.
I mean, think about it in Arkansas, though. You just lost Felipe Franks. I think there's a guy in the wings there, but like, I don't think he's. I mean,
KJ Jefferson.
Okay.
I know Arkansas fans
how young? How young is he?
He's also a freshman.
Okay. Do you think TJ Finley could be better than him?
Definitely could be.
I don't know if he would leave to go into another quarterback battle.
Right.
But I could see him going somewhere where there was like a senior there and maybe he can kind of step in the wings and maybe it's not the start of this year, but maybe he can start the next year.
I think it would be in his best interest to go somewhere where like he can kind of dominate and he can also develop a ton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think if he goes to Arkansas and let's say he beats out KJ Jefferson, I think he actually would. Now he's playing against SEC teams, and granted, he's also playing in the Bryles offense, which is awesome.
Right.
But actually,
now that you're thinking about it,
now that I remember Bryles is there, that actually really could work.
You know what I'm thinking? Like, all right, this is off the wall, and I don't think there's any smoke to this at all. But Florida, I mean, to me, they got Emory Jones there.
Right.
I think they're going to have a huge drop off. We're going to talk about that later because the J Boy Show had a preseason prediction. It was similar to our post spring prediction, if you remember, where we were second in the West behind Alabama, and a lot of people flipped their lids on Twitter today whenever you posted that. And there's a lot of like haters on LSU this year, and they're thinking, "Oh yeah, that 2020, they're just all back to normal now, and they're just." Edo is going to fall off the
back to 9-3. I've seen that so many times,
and they're all. I mean, telling you, they're all for a rude awakening this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I saw that you got into a You said you're wrong. Sorry, buddy.
Max
Toscano.
It's a little negative sometimes.
But yeah, I think that this team is actually about to be an elite football team.
I agree.
That's just kind of where I'm at.
I think the offense is back in place.
Exactly. I just think we're going to outscore everyone. I think we're just going to outscore everyone.
Yeah, and I think the defense obviously is better.
Yeah.
I think you just needed a coach to show up.
Mm-hmm.
We know Durante Jones pretty well now.
Right. Just a coach that's not a douche.
He's not a douche. He's
and
super
he's
personable.
So not a douche.
You can easily talk to this guy. Obviously, I'm biased with Durante Jones. He's a super cool guy. Durante. So, I'm drinking right now. I opened up a bottle of Blade and Bow. So if anybody knows, I think
there you go. Justin Vincent said that's his favorite.
What did he? Okay. Justin, by the way, Justin Vincent, we're talking about doing a cigar podcast here soon.
Yeah.
So he wants to call it Gars and Ball.
Gars and Ball.
I hate that name. So I'm trying to talk him out of it. I'm trying to get him to go with Stogies and Bogies. I think that would be better. Carlton in the chat. Read that one for me.
What's up, fellas? I saw LSU ranked number 20 and that's ESPN's whatever rankings they do.
Bullshit ranking.
Exactly. Lafayette's preseason ranked at 16. Did y'all see this? Lastly, over under LSU 9 wins in 2021. Yeah, I would go over on that.
I would too.
Because I don't see how it goes under.
I don't either.
Where are the losses for that?
I mean,
to go
you're talking
under?
about regular season, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm thinking 10-2.
Thinking 10-2. I mean, I'm thinking 9-3 at worst.
Worst.
I
Yeah.
mean, I guess 8-4 could be worst case scenario because you could lose to Florida, Bama, A&M, and then insert.
Yeah,
fourth team.
I think
Step up
ESPN's
somewhere.
rankings got its way too low.
As usual.
I think they have A&M way too high.
Yeah, they had
I think it was like
A&M at
7.
like 7.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with J. I wish I had put J Boy's graphic on here. I could have shown it, but it was Alabama 1, LSU 2. Soy Boys. Thanks, William. We were just talking about William on the. Hey guys, we got interns like crazy now. Jack is officially an intern. We're gonna get William to join us in some stuff. He doesn't even know it yet, but he's going to.
He asked me yesterday if he could be an intern.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
automatically hired William.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows I love those Shermans. Jude's doing some social media for us right now. He's probably on the chat.
Y'all, you can get credit for this through LSU.
Yeah. Dude, it's so great.
It's unbelievable.
It's
I
amazing.
cannot believe they signed off on that.
Yeah, tell that story. That they were just like, yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell the story. So I was talking to the director of the internship programs at LSU for undergrad.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm doing an internship at Lamar, which, like
Billboard company.
Lamar's a Fortune 500, one of the biggest billboard companies in the country.
I was in the billboard industry, and my sister works at a billboard company, so
yeah.
he's got a little hookup there.
So I said I work there. She said, "What is Lamar?" And I said,
"Yeah, the largest billboard company in the country." I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I don't know. Don't worry about it. I also do a podcast. I don't know if that would be okay. And she said, "Oh, a sports podcast. That would be great." I said, "All right, all right, fine, whatever." I don't care.
So One Team One Podcast is now officially accepted
LSU
from LSU to be.
So if you're trying to get some credits, just come play golf with us.
Yeah, that's all we need.
That's really all you need to do. Come carry a camera or something.
That's true. So football season, there's a lot of plans in the works for the podcast. So we have probably going to have a setup at the Coca-Cola tailgate off Nicholson. And then I'm going to have a team, I guess we would call them Army. It's the OTOP Army, and you guys are included in that. The OTOP Army is just going to be let loose with microphones, interviewing drunk people, tailgating shenanigans, drunk girls, doing shots off of chests. Who knows? So there's all kinds of stuff going on. No chips and salt. Okay, so Devin, I just left a Cinco de Mayo party at a Mexican restaurant. I am 4 margaritas in already, but my drink of choice has always been bourbon. I had chips and salsa. I had burritos. I had all that kind of stuff earlier.
Yeah,
I'll play. You want some entertainment? I got some entertainment for you. Let me fill up my drink real quick. You want to be entertained? I can entertain you. Okay, so back to serious business. Back to serious business, guys. All right, what do we want to talk about next? SEC predictions. That's kind of where we're at, right?
Yeah. SEC predictions, what do you think?
That's where we were at, right? I mean, what do you think about LSU second in the West?
I think that sounds right.
I do too.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
I think Auburn's going to fall a little bit. I think they're going through a transition, and I'm getting that info from Jay Boyd more than anybody. So
right. So what my understanding is on Auburn is that they still have Tank Bigsby, but their skill position players.
I love Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, he's
the wide receivers. Seth Williams is gone.
Tank Bigsby may be the best running back in the SEC.
Yeah. So Williams, Schwartz is gone. They don't have that.
Right. They don't have any experience, at least at wide receiver.
Put pressure on Nix.
Maybe they have some. I'm sure they have some talent there, but
put pressure on Nix, and it's going to be a hard time.
Right. But also, what I've heard is that Bo Nix has shown serious improvement. That's from Jay Boy.
Okay.
But
with Auburn coming here, that's a win for us. I think.
Definitely.
I
definitely
think
think so.
We beat Auburn here.
I definitely think so.
I don't know if we want to go down there. What was Jay Boy's? He actually I should have listened to this today. I didn't have time, but on his podcast today, he actually went through records, and I would assume he's got LSU at 10-2, 9-3 ish.
He could have us at 11-1.
With Alabama being the only one.
Yeah. I mean, it could be anywhere from 9-3 to 11-1.
Let me message him right now. I'll see. But
Does anyone know anything about UCLA?
The Robinson kid is the quarterback.
Thompson Robinson.
Yeah, I mean
Thomas
it's Chip.
Robinson,
It's
whatever it is.
Chip Kelly is
Chip
the
Kelly,
coach. So
right.
obviously, they're going to go fast.
Right. I don't know anything other than those two things. Those were the only two things I already knew. I guess I'll have to do some research or something. If anyone's in the chat, please let me know if you know anything about UCLA.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't think they're anything. Katie's in the chat. Was that is that hands clapping or is that a taco?
It's a wave.
It looks like a taco.
It's a wave.
Okay. Anyway,
she's waving.
I'll take tacos.
She's probably eating tacos though.
I did have to return
Cinco de
my meal at La Coretta earlier today, and
You
everybody
returned your meal.
Yeah, they gave me tacos with I didn't think I ordered this, but it had pineapple on it. And dude, I don't do pineapple on anything. Nothing.
Pineapple
Yes.
on your taco.
Yes. It had like pork and then pineapple on it. And I thought I ordered like a ground beef. They were slammed, obviously. So I was trying not to be a dickhead about it. But I'm not eating tacos, but I'm drinking tequila.
There you go.
Drinking tequila. Oh, yeah.
We forgot to tequila onto the set.
I don't want it. I got bourbon. I drank margaritas earlier. Did you have margaritas? I thought you were going to bring some. I didn't want any.
You said you didn't want any.
I didn't want any.
I don't have any money, so unpaid internship.
Oh, Jude. Great insight here from Jude, the intern. I know John Wooden coached there. Wadden coached
Bingo.
there. There you go.
John Wadden.
Yeah, thanks for the insight.
Good job,
Jude.
intern.
Appreciate it.
Oh wait, I'm an intern too.
Yeah, so UCLA, I just know that
here's some insight.
Okay.
UCLA isn't that good. Don't expect much from them this year. It's Oregon, USC, or Arizona State's to lose.
Yeah,
Didn't UCLA come real close with all those teams last year?
Yeah, but that's the Pac-12, bro. Like everybody,
Sure.
it's like
No,
they all play to 50-50 games in the Pac-12, and it's like, I don't know. There's just no defense at all in that league, in my opinion.
Right.
I just don't see. I see us rolling in there and like blasting UCLA.
I think I see that too.
If I had to pick something right now, it's like 42 to 17, something like that.
I can see that. I don't know anything about the rest of their offense. I'm curious to know if it's like a bunch of real good dudes on that team, on that like skill position wise.
Speaking of, all right, so we have brand new sponsor. So we're gonna we'll roll through some of these sponsors real fast.
Let's do it.
Because
start with the new one.
We need to book a trip to Los Angeles, right?
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
We need to get a trip to Los Angeles. We need to do our podcast on the road.
Mm-hmm.
We have some connections in Los Angeles from Twitter. So
do we?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect with those guys. Maybe we can do something. River City's Total Maintenance in New Orleans, guys. Anybody in the New Orleans, Kenner, Metairie, Laplace area, reach out to River City's Total Maintenance. Lucas, I'm telling you, I went to high school with Lucas Ragusa. He will take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be on the show probably twice a month. He'll come on and we'll do like a little LSU segment. He's wealth of knowledge. So
that's great.
Give this guy a call. He's been doing my AC work since I've started owning a house. So my wife swears by Lucas. Lucas is
a lot of
great
people
to
swear by
partner
Lucas.
with.
I was looking through their reviews on Google, man.
My dad, your grandpa, he swears by Lucas as well.
Man, their reviews are unreal.
And Lucas, if you know, used to work for River City's 1 Hour in Baton Rouge. Now he's in New Orleans with River City's Total Maintenance. So he's hoping that our reach can kind of hit that New Orleans area for him. So I know we got plenty of people in Kenner and Metairie that are watching and listening. So who's next? You're gonna hit me with the rapid fire, right?
Bang.
Boom. All right, Ether Insurance, Adam Emirato, Ether Insurance. Go to etherins.com. You can get your quote right now for any kind of insurance need. Adam will find it for you. Dude, when I tell you there's a kid that's really resourceful, he's a young entrepreneur that's got an insurance company, a real estate company. He's working in the mortgage industry as well. Reach out to Adam, get him a quote. I'm telling you, he will work for your business. So that's what I've always liked about guys like Adam and other guys that will really hustle for the right quote for you. You can do that with Ether. I'm telling you right now. What you got next? Courtesy, Brandon Lejean over at Courtesy Automotive in Lafayette, 4750 Johnston Street in Lafayette.
The OG
He's the
sponsor.
original sponsor of OTOP. Check him out. He actually posted, he gets used car deals on Facebook a lot, and he posted a brand new Camaro that just came into his lot. It was sweet looking. It was all like tricked out and everything.
Yeah.
Just got it in. He said, call him for the best offer. Like, it's one of those deals that's only going to be there for like a day. So you got to like, you got to get it done quick. So reach out to Brandon, follow him on Facebook if you can. You got his phone number right here. You can always text him or call him. Ask him about Will Wade. Tell him that you hate Josh Gray. That will actually get you a better deal. Who you got next?
Tell him that you also didn't want Kim Mulkey.
Yeah, say I hate the Kim Mulkey hire. I think it's a waste of money. You'll probably get a better deal. Go ahead. What's next? Bear Process Safety, Adam Berry at Bear Process Safety. Anybody in the industrial plant arena or in Baton Rouge or New Orleans, anywhere, Lake Charles, I know there's a lot of industry out there. Talk to your safety managers and get in touch with Bear Process Safety. They may know them already. There's not a lot of big safety companies in Baton Rouge or in Louisiana. They may know them already. They're an international company, and they can help everybody through Zoom and other things like that. They're a lot more technologically sound than a lot of these safety companies are. Right. So they will hustle for your business a little bit more. And I want you guys to realize that the people that we're partnering with are people that tend to hustle a little bit more.
A lot of them are just ahead. They're all just like ahead of the curve.
Yes. I think if you're advertising on a podcast, you probably are thinking a little bit ahead of the curve. I sell TV advertising for a living.
Right.
So a lot of these guys are trying to navigate the advertising waters, and they figured out that this is the new platform. So I like those guys that are trying to like figure out the right way, and they're trying to work better for their clients. Yeah. This is one of those as well. So Bear Process Safety, check them out. They have great gear too. They're going to have some more merch coming out soon. I'm going to try to get us some hats, some Bear Process Safety hats.
Hell yeah. I love their logo.
Rope hats.
I'm gonna get their logo. I'm gonna wear it to every Catholic high game.
Okay, so I'll get you some. I'll get you some this week, actually.
Great.
So next week you'll wear the logo on the show,
and I'll go work. We'll go play golf in it.
Perfect. Let's do
Adam.
it. Adam, we'll get with Adam. Absolutely, we need to go play golf. Who's next? Relief Pools. Ben Landry at Relief Pools. He posted. I need to record it. He posts all of his stuff on like Instagram stories. I don't know Instagram at all, and that's why I need another intern. I need a guy that can take Instagram stories and like repost them, and I don't know how to do it the right way. But he posted something about a couple that had a hot tub that was like a very antiquated looking hot tub. They ripped it out. They put a new hot tub and like a cocktail pool in there. It looks fantastic. Small backyard, but he still made it look like really nice and luxurious. Perfect size. And I actually was about to reach out to him and say, how much did that cost? I just want to know like cost on things. We had a pool and a hot tub before, as you know, Jack, and like, man, we moved into another place. We don't have it anymore. I kind of miss the hot tub, and I just want to like see how I can fit it in there. Call these guys. I know Ben, and I know that I know the guys that he's using to do these subcontract work, and like you can trust this guy. He's not going to mark it up like crazy like a lot of these pool companies do. Sure. You can trust this guy to like do the right design for you and get it done. I've talked to him about like his process of this. I'm telling you, these are the guys that you need to reach out to whenever you have a big project, because they're going to take care of you. Who's next? Bank of England Mortgage. Patrick Michelson at Bank of England Mortgage. Put another one. Telling you, I've known Patrick now for over 20 years. This is a guy that actually 25 years, I think, is probably how long I've known Patrick. Jeez. He has a team of mortgage reps in Louisiana now. And if you have a refi or a first mortgage that you're looking for, reach out to these guys, get you a quote. Tell them that the podcast sent you. Patrick is going to take care of you. I'm just telling you right now. Talk to him about LSU Baseball. He will love that. Ask him if he's got any thoughts on the coaching change. He'll have plenty of things to tell you about.
I'm sure he does.
So reach out to Bank of England Mortgage. Huge sponsor. They sponsor all of our audio podcasts. Yep. They're the official audio podcast sponsor of One Team One Podcast, big sponsor of ours. Maybe with some golf stuff coming in the works for those guys as well, with a production company we got working with. So
Definitely.
a lot of stuff going on with those guys. Maybe a new sponsor. Oh, Bogies. Forgot about Bogies. Clayton.
Stogies and Bogies.
We need to go to Bogies. I'm thinking next week.
Let's do it.
I got headsets coming in. I got headsets coming in. We're maybe do our first show with the headsets at Bogies.
Exciting.
We'll do it on the patio outside. Make it a big thing.
Definitely.
Maybe we can get Justin Vincent. We can do our first Stogies and Bogies out there
during the Louisiana Tech game.
What day is that? Wednesday?
No idea.
Okay. I don't know.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, I'll have to find that out. So yeah, appreciate Bogies, man. Think about Bogies too. All the college kids that are watching or listening, they go to Tigerland, they go to Fred's, they do that whole rigmarole. Remember Bogies right down the street over here, guys. Like they're literally right there.
Right.
I remember Bogies in a way, and I know when new college kids come in, they don't remember they don't know Bogies like we know Bogies. And I would love that institution to just keep flourishing. So
I was told to give a shout out to Chandler at Bogies, by the way.
Chandler.
Yeah, someone at work told me to give a shout out to Chandler.
Okay, Chandler at Bogies. Next week we'll go to Bogies and we'll ask for Chandler.
Definitely, yeah.
And hopefully we'll probably run into Jared Foster over there again too. I'm sure when we go back.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure he just lives there.
Yeah, I have a midweek games matter shirt right there for Jared. So
really?
Yeah.
That's been sitting there for a while.
It has. I had texted him. I hadn't gotten in touch with him. So all right. So visit our shop page, oneteamonepodcast.com. I got tons of t-shirts on there. We're trying to do new stuff on there. I need to scale back and probably on some of the stuff that we have on the website.
Yeah,
but
probably condense a little bit.
Yeah, but we just did a new one, which was the nothing but a gangster party.
Yeah.
And it's obviously I have like Will Wade and I have Kim Mulkey doing gang signs.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, you can call them whatever you want. I think they're gang signs. All right, so next on the doc, I think we were going to talk about LSU baseball a little bit more, but we kind of covered that a little bit, right?
Man, we're pretty much good. I'm good on that. I've made my piece.
Yeah. Well, I mean, three series left that are all very winnable.
Right. You should at least go 6-3 because you should win every series left.
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Yeah.
So we're at Auburn this week. Is that right?
At Auburn.
Okay. What do you think about the last 2 weeks of LSU baseball? We went 3-3 against 2 ranked teams
with Ole Miss and Arkansas. Which this is the one that before the series started with Ole Miss, we were talking about 2-4 at the best.
Yeah.
And we went 3-3.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me a lot of the last 5 games of the football season. How we went into those last 5 games and we were like,
yeah,
man, if we can get to 3-2, I would be shocked.
Right.
And then we did go 3-2.
Right.
So yeah, it kind of feels like that. It feels like this baseball team is starting to make a turn. Not to being where we want them to be, but at least towards being a fun baseball team to watch. And a team that can beat anybody.
Yeah. I think all right, so here are the games that obviously winning Friday and Saturday night against Ole Miss were huge. The starting pitcher didn't pitch obviously on Friday night, so we ended up lucking out a little bit on that one.
Definitely.
Saturday was a huge win against a really good pitcher.
We don't have to talk about the Sunday game.
Sunday took all of the wind out of the sails for me.
Yeah.
And to me, it carried over to Arkansas. Arkansas, the Friday night game was atrocious.
Yeah.
Landon Marceau pitches great. What was he? No hitter up until 7 innings.
Is that right?
He had a no hitter going into 7 innings.
I actually didn't know that.
They ended up losing 7-0.
I just saw we lost 7-0. Assumed Marceau got hit around a little bit.
They lose 7-0, but the worst part of that was, all right, so obviously Marceau started getting hit in the 7th. He was no hitter all the way until, but the entire game we only had 3 hits. 3 hits the entire game.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So even if Marceau continues to shut them down, we're still not going to do anything on the offensive end.
Right.
even if they only give up 2 runs, it doesn't really matter. Like
Right.
we weren't going to do anything on the offense. It's like the complete like you can't stop them and you can't do anything to score a run. Like those two opposites, like it's so deflating for a fan. And I think that's kind of where the fans are coming in, is like there's too many of those games this year where you're just completely outmanned.
Yeah.
On both sides of the ball.
And then so game 2 was kind of just over early. They kind of just unloaded runs in like the 4th or 5th inning.
Mm-hmm.
They already had 10, I think, in the 6th or something like that.
Yeah.
So that one was just, I think Labus just didn't have a good day.
Yeah, I agree.
And neither did the bullpen.
Yeah, and the whole thought of that is like, all right, there's going to be plenty of times where Jaden Hill doesn't pitch well, or hell, Marceau may not pitch well, or Labus has a bad day.
Right.
Your offense has got to score runs to keep up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, without that, it doesn't really matter what you do.
Definitely.
That's why you're a bad team. But Sunday they end up
Saturday night. Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Sunday game,
doubleheader.
Saturday night, right?
They looked good.
Yeah.
They shut them down, scored 5 runs. Like
Mikhail Hilliard. Great.
Yeah.
And then who came in after him? It was Garrett
Edwards. All right.
Garrett Edwards looked even better.
Those are a couple of guys that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, were Mikhail Hilliard and Trent Vittmeyer. Guys that were like, I mean, a lot of innings pitched going into this season. And now they're nowhere to be found. Are they bad now? Or we have guys that we think they're better?
Vittmeyer just doesn't have a lot of stuff. It's like he just has a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Dude, he's pitched in the College World Series.
I know, but like
I don't get it.
I've just never thought he was that good.
Is it a regression?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is it arm trouble?
He also looks like he's 35, so maybe he's just getting old.
He's pitched since his freshman year. I mean,
Right.
he as a freshman, he was a bulldog coming out of the dugout. A guy like Mikhail Hilliard, I know he's had some arm issues because he throws like a freaking crazy curve. I mean, you can't help but I don't get why there's some of these guys that just can't see the field when you got other guys like freshmen that come in that can't get anybody out. Why wouldn't you have Hilliard playing more early in the season? It is what it is now, but like hell, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
All right,
Jude Sansing's basically that's our other intern, by the way. Basically saying that it's a freshman
intern
team.
Jude on the clock.
It's a freshman team. Yeah, you're getting oh, actually you don't get paid, so never mind.
No.
Basically saying this is a freshman team and give them some slack, and I've said that a few times too. But
you can give them slack. I'm fine with giving the players slack, but you cannot give the coaching staff slack. If you don't make the tournament, you are automatically on the hot seat in Baton Rouge. I don't care what your name is.
Right.
Pulmonary, I think, understands that, and I think there's going to be a graceful exit for Pulmonary.
Yeah. Even though that we, ruined his goodbye party or whatever.
Apparently. Whoa. Like, he's not watching this podcast.
Right.
He lives down the street from me, though. We can go.
Does he?
Yeah, he lives right down, like literally right down the street.
Oh. We should go tell him that we ruined his retirement.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows. Moscona's texted him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be a graceful exit for him. But I think the writing's on the wall here. Like, there's a lot of pressure on Maneri, and honestly, anybody that takes the job is going to always have this kind of pressure in Baton Rouge for college baseball. Like, it's never not going to be there.
Right. And that's because of the 90s.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Skip built this thing into a powerhouse. If not, you're going to turn into USC all over again. USC they won tons of College World Series back in the day. Now they don't sniff the tournament. So is that what you want to become? And I know that's not anything that Woodward grew up here. He knows that's not the culture here. And there's a huge baseball influence. Hell, you go down the street and go see Traction. Like it's a powerhouse waiting to happen if you have the right coaching staff here.
Yeah.
You can't not make the tournament. Just period in the story. Marucci is fucking headquartered here. You can't do that.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't happen.
Right.
What else we got? Any other questions? We're all caught up.
Good Dog Podcast is we need to collab for an episode. I agree. Let's do that.
Absolutely. Man. Georgia. What can we talk about Georgia? JT Daniels. What's his facial hair look like these days? We can talk about that.
Let's see.
Well, when you get J-Boy on, we're going to have J-Boy on here soon. We'll talk about the SEC predictions.
Isn't
for sure.
Isn't what's his face hurt, the wide receiver? What's his name?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Real good player.
Fantastic. Pickens. George Pickens.
Right. Isn't he tore his ACL, didn't he?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, he's gone.
What about Major Burns?
Oh, right. Major Burns
transferring out. I mean, I think the writing's on the wall for LSU, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
LSU wanted him.
Never understood why he went to Georgia. He flipped and went to Georgia, other than obviously money. But I mean,
Kirby's paying players. What?
Oh, who would have guessed?
Hey, what was it just came out about the Zion getting paid? Some story just came out about.
Didn't see it.
How Duke paid Zion Williamson, and everybody was like tweeting at Dick Vitale again.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll have to post something about that. We'll post about that. I love any time that I can post the Don't Be a Dick t-shirt, that I will. So go to oneteamonepodcast.com. You can go get your Don't Be a Dick t-shirt.
Right.
What else is on the agenda? So what's going on with the Pelicans right now? You're my Pelicans go-to.
Actually, was at the Pelicans game last night. So we won last night. I mean, I went to that game. I was not expecting to come back to Baton Rouge with a win. But yeah, man, it was crazy. Did you see what happened with the lights?
Yes, they went out right when Steph was shooting a three.
It's crazy. I was like, boy, and we just witnessed a moment. That was a significant sports moment right there.
Yeah, it was a Superdome. All of a sudden, the lights.
That's what
it
felt like. I was like, I don't know if these lights are ever going to come back on, and they came back. They came back on in like maybe 10 seconds, but I was hoping they would just stay out for a long time.
Did he make the shot?
Lonzo has just been going off. No, he missed it. But Lonzo's just been going crazy. He's matched his career high twice in the past 3 days. 33 points.
Okay.
He was unstoppable last night.
Well, so what are we at record wise here?
Yeah, so
we're a losing record.
We're 2 games out of the play-in tournament.
Okay.
And the team ahead of us is the Spurs.
Okay.
The Spurs, I just looked at their schedule today. They play the Suns twice, that's the number 1 team in the West right now.
Mm-hmm.
They play the 76ers, who's the number 1 team in the East.
Right.
They play the Nets, who are the Nets.
Right.
That's 4 of their 8 games left. We only have to be 2 games better than them for this next stretch.
Okay.
So
you think there's a way to make the play in?
Yes.
And then
I definitely
whatever happens.
I definitely do. I didn't think there was before last night because I just didn't think we were going to win that game. But
what'd you think about LeBron saying so early in the season he says, yeah, we need to have a way to have a play in. And now all of a sudden he's this play in stupid.
He's such a prima donna.
He's such an idiot.
Golly.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Any chance you can make a Moscona clown face shirt?
Yes.
We could do that.
Great idea. I can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
I'm a meme expert, Charles. Yeah, absolutely can do that. We'll post it later tonight.
The Barstool Sports
style.
absolutely.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I tried to do, there was already a Dick Vitale one. I tried to do, Charles, I tried to do a LaToya Cantrell one. My wife vetoed it very quickly and said that I was being racist. So, yeah, I know. I was like, it's not really right.
It's more about COVID.
It's just about. She didn't buy it. So, yeah, I can do a Moscona one easily.
Freaking white man.
Yeah.
Soy boy.
Any white guys I can do.
all white guys are
all white guys are on it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Oh, man, that Moscona shirt will sell like hotcakes on Tiger Droppings.
Oh, really well.
It really will.
We got to talk. By the way, there was a post about us on Tiger Droppings today and it got pulled.
It was
when you posted
The
With
TJ Finley?
The TJ Finley thing. Yeah.
Well, I didn't post it on Tiger Droppings. Somebody posted it?
I know you did. Yeah, someone posted it on Tiger Droppings. I was monitoring it. I was just seeing what people. I like to see what people say.
Pulse.
Under there, like because when you hear anonymous people talking about us, it's like, all right, these are their actual opinions. So that's where I go to get our feedback and stuff like that. Although sometimes they call us soy boys.
I had to Google what a soy boy meant.
I did too. Basically, it means cuck.
I don't even know what that means. But
it means
I figured it out.
You like to let people fuck
Damn,
your wife.
Latoya would have been sweet. I agree. That would have sold like hotcakes, Charles.
Yeah.
Wife vetoed it.
Hey,
happy wife,
dude,
happy life.
New Orleans sucks, by the way.
I did a Latoya Destroy a t-shirt. That's still up on T Public. That's on T Public.
Okay.
I didn't post it on our regular site.
It took us 20 minutes walking around New Orleans to find a place to eat. Just going around the stadium.
I was there not too long ago.
Everything is closed.
Well, I've been
maybe
back,
it's just because it's Tuesday.
Well, and I think where you're at too, probably downtown, closer to like
kind of the business district.
Yeah, I was more towards Magazine and all that, and that was way better.
We had to walk all the way from the stadium to the French Quarter. I mean, it's not that bad of a walk. It was. I mean,
you can Uber there though.
There's no Ubers. Not on our budget.
Oh.
I'm not kidding.
These kids are always asking for money. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, my financial situation this week isn't stellar. But
one last thing that we have to do tonight.
What's that?
And with the people that are watching, I'm hoping they're fans. But
right,
it's the Office episode of the week. If it ever plays.
Okay, man.
There it is. It's Office episode of the week. Here's a clip.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
More Mullins. All right. Office episode of the week. It's the Benihana episode.
Benihana Christmas. That's
Benihana
right.
Christmas.
Uh-huh.
All right. Go. So take me through.
All right. So just a quick recap. It starts off with Carol comes in.
Yeah.
She wants to talk to Michael about something.
He wants to talk to her about going on vacation.
A spontaneous trip to Sandals, Jamaica.
Sandals.
And
Jamaica.
so she walks in, and so just a quick backstory. This was the Dunder Mifflin. What's the other branch called that they transferred in from? Stanford.
Stanford. You're right.
They transferred in from Stanford, so none of them had met Carol yet. And he goes, "Hey, I don't know who you haven't met yet, but I think this is one of them. My girlfriend, Carol." And he goes, "This is just the front of her." And he goes, "Do the spin. Do the spin." And so they go into his office, and she go and then he asked her if she wants to go to Sandals, and she says, "You need to explain this picture."
Yeah,
because
this picture he
photoshopped himself onto
her ex-husband's face
with her kids skiing. And she goes, "No, you weren't with me skiing. That was my ex-husband." And he goes, "Yeah, but I was with you
in spirit.
You just didn't know it yet." So then she dumps him, and then he's all sad about it, and he tells everyone that he's going to cancel Christmas, and then I think he ends up canceling New Year's Eve for Stanley.
Yes,
he says, "Jim, cancel New Year's for Stanley."
So that was also they go to Benihana,
right?
And
then Pam and Karen start their own Christmas party. It's a war of the party planning committee and the committee to plan parties.
Well, and then Pam,
right? Yeah. Exactly.
Well,
yeah,
Pam and
Karen.
No, I mean, yeah, but Pam and Karen against Angela.
Angela, right?
Yeah. But so at Benihana, they end up, and it was Andy Bernard is there and all that, and he's like, "Oh, he's never been to Benihana before." They end up picking up 2 girls from Benihana, right?
Right.
They bring them back.
No, so a lot of people don't realize this still, But the two girls that they were talking to at Benihana are not the two girls that they come back to the office with.
What?
Have you ever noticed that?
No.
No, yeah. So they just completely mixed them up. So funny.
So whenever they bring him back, Michael gives one of them his I guess a bicycle that he was going to give away to some kids for Christmas.
And he gives it to the girl. He has to mark her arm.
He has
so
to
can
mark
tell her
her.
apart.
He has to mark one of the girls' arms to tell the two girls apart, which is the
you
funniest thing ever.
You know how all waitresses look
the
alike.
same. And then he tells Jim later, I had to mark her arm.
Right.
Couldn't tell her apart.
Mm-hmm.
But he's all broken up about, and then the girls leave, and he's all broken up about that.
So
and
he
Jim's
calls
like,
Jan.
Yes. So at the end, he ends up, and we don't know this until the next episode, but he ends up going to Sandals, Jamaica with Jan.
Right.
Huge development in
No. Urkel grew.
What is that? Explain that one to me.
He goes, it could be any woman, because they all look at the picture and Jan's in the picture.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, that could be anyone. It could be a German woman named Urkel grew.
That was on the next episode.
Yes.
Is that the next season? I think that's the end of the season. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because Jim and Karen are still together at that point. So.
Okay. Great episode. It came to light today when we posted about TJ Finley transferring, and we posted the goodbye, my lover, goodbye, my friend. And I was more upset about the TJ Maxx meme is now dead. I can't use the TJ Maxx meme anymore. It was a really good meme for us. Did really well for us, personally.
Yeah.
I can't use it anymore.
It was a big deal.
It was for us. It was the time. It was huge. We were the guys that did. You guys did the TJ Maxx meme? Yeah, that was. So that hurt a little bit, and now he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone forever.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's all we got today.
Y'all got anything else you want us to talk about? Anybody in the chat?
I think that's everything.
Anybody in the chatty chat?
I got to do some redecorating in this office. Behind you is some artificial grass, artificial turf, and I am going to spread it out throughout this entire area, and I need some help probably moving everything out of this office. So next time you see this office, it'll be
I'm sure someone would love to help you.
Oh, I'm sure they will. A couple interns maybe. Interns, come see us. Reach out to us. We would love to talk to you.
Yep. University approved.
Yes. We need more LSU students. So social media, all that. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight.
Yep.
OneTeam1Podcast.com. Check out all of our merch. That would really help us, guys. We have sponsorships, obviously, but that also helps us as well. And that actually, what I was thinking is that can actually help us pay some of our interns, first of all. So that's kind of what we need right now. We're buying new equipment crazy right now. So we appreciate all of our sponsors. Bank of England Mortgage. We got Bear Process Safety. We have Bogies, Courtesy Automotive Group in Lafayette. We have Ether Insurance. We have Relief Pools. River City Total Maintenance is our newest sponsor. Sponsor number 7.
Golly.
I know.
Just racking up. We might have an 8th coming too.
I know. We have an 8th that we're waiting on text.
Might be a big one.
That'll be a biggie. Biggin', as they say. One Team Media. Appreciate you putting that up there.
Yeah, y'all go follow that Twitter. I'm running that.
Yeah, Jack is running One Team Media on Twitter right now. And I still have the One Team One podcast. Guys, One Team One podcast is going to be underneath One Team now.
We have a couple additions. Cry Me a River
podcast. This is some guys out of Letcher.
Right.
Really funny guys.
Dan and Trox, I believe, are their names. Dan and Trox. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
And then we just added Heated Agreement.
Heated Agreement out of College Station.
Right, College Station.
Actually, they're kind of all over.
Guys, they're all over. Yeah,
Texas.
So they're a part of Dash Sports, which Dash Sports is Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston. That's what it stands for.
Gotcha.
So yeah, they kind of just cover all Texas sports.
Good guys. We've gotten to know them
Real
pretty
good
well.
guys. Real funny. Really funny guys.
Stadium Drive podcast are some guys that there's a guy that's on deployment right now that's coming back. Once he comes back, they're going to restart again. They had some good guests on. They had like Matt Schaub on one time.
Damn.
They're more like Georgia, Florida area.
Okay.
But they were getting some really good guests on, and I know they're going to heat up for football season coming up too. Also, there's a couple of guys we're working with right now for a really good podcast. They actually have it right now. It's fans only meeting is what it's called.
Right.
There may be some tweaks going on, but they did one first season last year, and they want to do it again. So they've reached out to us. So it could be a group of podcasts. We're also thinking about some funny videos. Obviously, we've been doing bourbon reviews. We want to keep it kind of lighthearted with that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a lot of that. We may also do a lot of the interviews, like drunk interviews, things like that. I think that's funny. That shit's funny.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Let's go to Bogies and just interview people.
It's what the people want.
It is what the people want.
It's what they demand.
It is. We're not going to keep it so serious all the time.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're going to be very lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Next week, we'll have some guests. We're going to be on location next week. I don't know where yet, but we're just going to say it. We're going to be on location.
We're going somewhere.
We're going to go somewhere.
We're going out.
We're going out. Get some drinks. We got to go to Bogies. I'm going to get with Clayton. We're going to have a Bogies night.
I'm about to start spending a lot of time in Lafayette too.
Okay.
So we should see if Brandon wants to let us set up over at Courtesy.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen Hanny and Ottav set up over at some other
little
place.
dealerships.
Yeah, some other dealership. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very feasible.
Cool. All right, let's do that. All right. We appreciate everybody again for checking in. Please partner with our partners. That would be great for us. We would really appreciate it. Tell them that the podcast sent you. Again, it has been One Team, One Podcast.
Logging out.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go! One team!
Relax, big boy.
Team One Podcast? One Team One Podcast? Yeah, they did a good job. Mm-hmm. Really good job. Yeah.
Why is he so fat?
One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast.
So fat.
One team!